How's it going? I'm back with something new. Doc. It's okay, you can be aggressive, it's fine. You're gonna have to be for this game. For what we're gonna be dealing with, we need the aggression. Let me turn on the volume. Alrighty. This is Lobotomy Corporation. The basic gist of it is it's a monster management game, but it's oh so much more. That's what it is at its core. But yeah. Okay. I have done so much in this game. Pokemon Snap. Alright. So, I have done so much that I've done a lot of the story, and the codex is like all monster information or abnormalities. And all the work I've done is going to be erased right now, because we're going to be starting off not just from the first day. So like there's when you play this game, like you can't beat it all in like one run. You have to do multiple runs of it, right? That's the point of it, because each time you do a run, you gain more stuff. It's almost a little bit roguelike in that way. But so I got all, so when it says here, when I say start a new game with the current abnormality observation level, that means I can start the game with everything I already know. Nothing's like question marked. I have all my stuff, whatever. I'm gonna erase all of that, which means I have to start literally from the beginning. Which means I have to get all the gear again, all the abnormality information. I put over 200 hours in this game. So like, basically I'm erasing all that progress. So yeah, this is gonna be, it's gonna hurt me to push this button. So, wait, you don't own Pokemon Snap? But yet, Doc was able to play it? How does that make any sense? But alright, we're gonna start. We are not gonna start with the current observation level. Here we go. Wait, did it not? First day. Wait, can't I? Wait a second. If I say yes. Wait a second. He owns the physical. Oh. That's funny. How do I start over? I don't think there's anything I can do. Wait a second. How do I erase? Because if I say yes, it's just going to start with my current. I don't want that though. Wait a second. Why can't I do that? Yeah, I did. Without breaking everything. Oh, apparently you have to click the logo? What? Academy Impossible is here again? That's awesome. I have to click the logo? What? Oh shit, I did not know that was a thing. Huh. Your employees, every encyclopedia entry, and all other game progression will be lost. Even your precious memories with me. Do you really want to restart? Oh, that's so clever that they hid it in the logo, yo. So you can't like accidentally. Damn. Yes. Ugh. My heart. Guys have no idea. Right? Ugh. Why were you a bit laggy there? I'm gonna exit real quick because I was a little bit laggy. That was a tiny bit laggy for a reason. Let's reopen it. Oh, really? They've been here since my birthday? Damn. There we go. Yeah, so now 0%. The pain. Story. There is no story. Hey, Shadow Fox. Hello, hello, Shadow. Thanks for the lurk. Alright, it's really all gone. Alright, first day. Let's just... Yeah. Okay. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. So like with if I hadn't reset, we would know like the name instead of just the number of whatever this abnormality is. Like all the information we would have had, but there's nothing. Nothing. Hello, X. I give you a warm welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. I am Angela, your advisor and secretary. My role as an AI is to assist you in adjusting to your new workplace, so please have no worry in speaking with me or asking any questions. It's quite rare for an AI to have a name. I was born from one of the wings of the world. It signifies that I am one of the best to exist in this age. Ah, I know what you must be thinking. Your eyes show that you think I look too human to be an AI. Am I wrong? However, there is a great difference between us. I am bound here. I cannot go wherever I please like you do. I may be able to operate the systems of this corporation to open a door or prepare a cup of coffee for you, but I cannot take a step outside of this building to bask in the sunlight or feel the gentle breeze. Now, in regards to my appearance, as you can see, the color of my hair is that of the morning sky after a light shower. The tone and shape of my voice is taken from the wisest person in the world. Lastly, my face is picturesque of the person who had the most beautiful smile. Haha, don't worry, that was a joke. There can be no such person on this earth. My appearance was designed with attractiveness to the largest number of people possible in mind. If the way I look is pleasing to your eye, then I am working as intended. Moving on. Artificial intelligence is much more efficient in comparison to human in terms of multitasking. I am the best in a majority of work fields. I am able to handle the work of several dozen people at once. I'm certain many people have lost their jobs because of me. It's such a shame. Well, enough with introductions. Is there anything you would like to know? Let's see. Do we want to know about the company, or do we want to ask her to tell us more about herself? What do you think we should do, guys? Any preference? I really like the music of the game. Company? Okay. Could you inform me about the company? That is not a bad thing to ask about. Let me put it this way. Your world is constantly growing, and the demand for energy is exponentially increasing as technologies advance. All conventional energy sources combined could not sustain the world further. In search of a solution, we happened to stumble upon mysterious beings whom we dubbed abnormalities. Then, we figured out that energy could be harvested from these abnormalities via a special method. To isolate them in a controlled environment and then to harvest energy from them. Our corporation became one of the wings of the world for this discovery that benefits humanity in two ways. Once you are fully placed into the role as the manager, you will be able to access all current information on the abnormalities from the encyclopedia. It is very important that you know and understand these beings well to be successful in your position. For now, the encyclopedia's pages lay blank, but it will be filled out little by little. Don't concern yourself too much with it. It is the task of your subordinates to pen it. You have joined the company at an opportune moment, by the way. Lobotomy Corporation is always looking for ways to improve its harvesting processes. Our systems are continually updated to support this. Speaking of which, there was a new update to the system right before you arrived. That means the working conditions have been improved upon compared to those of your predecessors. Think of it as a small welcoming gift. Best of luck for us. I was just about to mention you. You don't understand the concept of patience, do you? Oh, pardon my manners, manager. I was talking to one of the other AIs that work here. I should introduce her to you. Our facility is a huge one, and even I would have trouble managing it on my own, so someone determined that there should be an AI to assume head control of each department. If I were to be considered the cerebrum, they would be the cerebellum. Naturally, of course, I should be your most trustworthy and capable companion among all the AIs. Well then, shall we greet her now? You can hear rushed footsteps from behind. Manager! I arrived just on time, right? The time is only about 1 minute late. Well, I guess it still counts as on time. Congratulations on joining Lobotomy Corporation, Manager! I do not want to disturb this touching moment, Malkuth, but every second counts in Lobotomy Corp. Please make your introduction as brief as possible and go prepare for the meeting. Seems Miss Angela isn't in a good mood today. But hey, at least the other Sephiroth are looking forward to meeting you. Well, maybe not all of them. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Malkuth. I'm in charge of the control team. Since we're the control team, we have a great deal of responsibility. I'll try my best to help you by improving the basic functions of this facility, manager. I'm sure you're a bit nervous right now. It takes a bit of time to get used to things around here. I know from experience. But don't worry, I'll be sure to help you. I am, not exactly the best at everything. I used to be a problem Sapphira, you know? I would sew buttons onto a shirt in the wrong direction, or add salt instead of sugar to food. But still, you can do it. Just like I managed to, I'm sure you will succeed, manager. I'll give you an easy task since it's your first day here. I wish you the best of luck. Ooh, knocking. I can't take it anymore. Manager, you're in there, right? I have to get out of here, please. I know you're capable of it. You're the manager. You're not the same as the rest of us. You can do anything. Why do you want to quit? Don't you like working here on the control team? Every day here is a delight for me. It's so horrible. I can't take it anymore. I'll go insane. Nothing here is normal. Do you really think you can't handle it? Please, I don't want to be here. Let me out of here, please. Manager, even though you're the head of this facility, that employee belongs to my department, so I believe I can take care of this. Let me handle this, please. Should we let her handle it? Or should we, as the manager, intervene? What do you guys think? Intervene? Okay. Dot. Then please keep this in mind, manager. Once they say they can't handle it, they are no longer part of my control team. The control team is on the top of all the Sephiroth, just like the central nervous system of a human being. If we go down, it's only a matter of time until everyone else goes down too. At first, it was hard for me to get used to as well. But I worked really, really hard. So please, don't say something as meaningless as you can't handle it. Ooh. Mission, you can do this. Manager, please make sure to remember that your primary goal is harvesting from the abnormalities. In order to harvest energy, you need to work on them. It is the most basic yet important task we have here at the corporation. Please don't let me down. I know you can do it. Goal, complete 3 work processes with the abnormalities. Alright. So this is the start. So actually what's funny is, like, I don't know how it is on your screens, but you can kind of see other, so these are all departments, right? Control team, safety, information, training. There's other ones kind of down here. So this is like a, as they said, a huge facility. So, and slowly they open up and you can unlock them all and blah, blah, blah. And there's like, so like we saw Malkuth, there's different like anime characters pretty much for like each section that we get introduced to. But let's start with the first one. Hello, manager. Each day you'll need to expand one department. Are you ready to open up the control department and begin managing abnormalities? Fuck yeah, let's go. Okay. It's been so long, I actually kind of forgot like all the dialogue that's like between the characters and stuff like that, like we just saw. Because when you play this game over and over again, like you can get to a point where the dialogue just doesn't come up. So yeah, I haven't like seen that dialogue in so long. Okay, so we have an abnormality here. We have no idea what it is. These things here are like energy. They're called PE boxes. It's energy. As we work on an abnormality, we end up getting boxes from it, and we can unlock these things as we go. So this will give us like the information on the abnormality. Then here, the managerial guidelines basically tells you good or bad things about the abnormality. So things you may need to avoid or look out for, because shit happens sometimes. escape information because sometimes they can escape, which is awful. You can get gear, so like suits and then weapons. And then this stuff down here, I'll show you that when we get in. So we have no information. There's also the abnormality story records. So as we unlock stuff on this page, we get more like lore about the abnormality we're working on, which I'll read that all like after as we go. But yeah. Okay, so they give you an employee to start off with. However, I can hire someone for one, so we have 2 lobotomy points to start off with. I can hire someone, then we can also customize their appearance. All right, who wants to be first? Which one of you wants to be the first employee? And I can change how you look. So like, I can change how like the front of your hair looks. I can change how like the back of your hair looks. Like, it's ridiculous to customize. Like, the back hair has like 28 options. The front hair has like 48 options. You can do any color. Doc first. You can do like different like facial expressions, like different eyes, different like eyebrows, different mouths. Like, it's crazy. No, you can't change the body. You can just change like the hair and like the facial expression. Doc is up first. Okay. It's gonna be hard for me to like show you all the different like hairstyles and stuff like that. So like, these I will just set to 0 because it doesn't really matter. You only see these like facial expressions when they're like in combat and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna keep these at like 0. So kind of hard for me to ask you guys what you want each other to look like, but I think, yeah. So 28 gives him no hair in the back because, you know, Doc doesn't have long hair. However, we can just have fun with this and give him any hairstyle we want. I mean, we can go bald. There is a bald option. I don't think there is no mohawk. You want to give Doc a mohawk? Let's see if there's a mohawk. There's that. I don't know if there's a mohawk, to be honest. But there's like so many different kinds of hair. There isn't really a mohawk. Afro? I don't think there was really an afro either. I mean, that is kind of not even really, actually. There's that. That's kind of a mohawk, actually. It just shows that he is like very short hair and then like the kind of a mohawk. I think that's the close we can get. You want pink mohawk? If I'm not good at like color stuff. No, I think it has to be more red than anything, right? How about that? Is that okay? I'm not very good at like colors. Is that good enough? It looks kind of pinky to me, but kind of purple. Okay. Oh, the mouth is non-negotiable. It's the kitty mouth. Yeah, he has to have the kitty mouth. It's Doc. Oh, that music, man. I'm gonna turn this. Oh no! I didn't mean to click. Why is my mouse? Oh, my mouse is like stuck. Damn it. I have to start again. My bad. Where'd that hairstyle go? There we go. Aw, Doc. I gotta set this all back to where it was now. There you go. Kitty mouth. Like Santa Claus. Okay. How do we want Doc to look? Do we want, like, Doc to be happy? Do we want him suspicious? Do we want him a little angry? Give me an emotion, I'll try to replicate it. It's probably the easiest way to do this. Doc, if you're still here, Doc, what kind of emotion would you like to display? Angry? Okay. How about that? How about that? Is that sus and angry? I need to grab a notebook real quick, actually. Lovely. I need to, like, immortalize this moment so I always remember what Doc looks like. I mean, the only other option is, like, bald. Like, so we're at 14. Don't forget 14. So, like, lesser hair would be, like, bald or, like, that, which you can't even see, but it's like a widow's peak. It's like they're really the only options for, like, really short hair. And Thane said mohawk. Alright, Doc. You want bald? I can do bald. But it's also Doc's. It's also Doc. So Doc gets the choice to how he wants himself because he's here. You good with that, Doc? Is this how you want to look? Caillou! Oh god. Alright. You happy with that, Doc? That is now you. Or Casper. Alright. There we go. Higher. Doc. I'm not gonna bother putting this character out. We're not gonna use them, so it doesn't matter. All right, Doc, you're gonna be handling this abnormality all by yourself for now. The music's like really loud and I can't do anything about it right now. For me, it's really loud. Really poppin'. All right, here we go. Let's begin and I'll show you what this game is all about. Okay. I think I can spacebar. Yeah, okay, spacebar pauses. Okay. So this is basically, this is how it starts, right? We only have one department and you can have up to 4 abnormalities in a department and 5 employees. So as we get more abnormalities, which is this thing, it'll fill up the space. And then we'll unlock another department, which will connect to this one, and there's more abnormalities and blah, blah, blah. Oh, no. I mean, with Malkuth, sure, she is like in charge of your department, but look, you can hang out with Delta 1 and Eta 0. Bright newbie. Aww. Okay. So the game loop of this game is you go to you have to harvest energy from the abnormalities. However, you don't know anything about them, right? There's all question marks. They're only designated by number because you don't even know their name yet. So you click on them to select work, and there's these 4 things here, right? There's instinct, insight, repression, and attachment. Now, the problem is that we don't know which of these right now will work on this abnormality. If you select the right one, you get positive results. If you select the wrong one, you could potentially die. The good thing is that when you first start the game, this is like always the first abnormality they give you, because this is like basically teaching you how to do it. So I don't think you can actually die by him. But you never know with this game, let's be honest. Luckily, I know some things about this game, so I'm not gonna let you die yet. So I know that attachment works best on this abnormality. So we're gonna go attachment. Oh, also, as you can see here, they're the same colors, the red, purple, white, blue. So the more you work with a specific I don't know, specific work thing, it increases your level of that. So because we do use attachment with this abnormality, which is purple, your purple thing here, which is called temperance, will go up in level. It takes a little bit to for it to go up really high, but yeah. Yeah, exactly, Spoon. I swear, I'm better with words when they're written, when I'm writing, okay? I'm not so good with the talkie, okay? And hello, Spoon, how's it going? But okay, Doc, go do some work. Now we're gonna see Doc head along. See, he's walking, he's going to work. Look at Doc strut down these. Spoon. And we can actually watch. So we can pause and read what's going on here. It may be best to send an honest employee to tend to O-03-03. It's just some extra little tidbits and lore stuff. So 6-course meal with 1. Damn, that sounds awesome. What kind of food? So Doc is just in here chilling. So you see how the clouds popped up around the edges? Like that? That's damage being done to Doc because he's getting bad results here. So these are negative results, these are positive ones. So Doc's gonna step up his game. Oh, Doc's doing a terrible job. Oh my god. Oh, that's all meats. It sounds delicious. Oh, see, he's not happy. Oh, Doc. He's not happy with that. That sounds delicious, Spoon. My god. Oh yeah, I forgot. So like as you progress through the game, you're able to see like HP and like sanity levels and shit like that. But, like you can't right now because I don't have that unlocked. Tears. Alright. We only have 3. And 3... Well, we can unlock some of this stuff. I think Insight does... So there we go. So we use some of the energy boxes to work here. So it says high. So if our employees are level 1 or 2, it's high results. If it's 3 to 5, it's common. And since Doc is only a 1, as you can see, maybe Insight would be better. Let's try. Oh, let's see, it says high. It actually tells you if you've unlocked it. So, get back to work, Doc. You got this. Oh, I should also say, up here is, so this is like your quota. So if we are able to extract 15 energy, we could end this session and like go on to the next part of the game. However, you can go beyond that. You don't have to end the game once you hit the quota, which is pretty cool. And then this down here is something that doesn't really matter right now. But basically, every time you work on an abnormality, this gets another tick. And if the ticks reach the end, a meltdown will happen. And sometimes when a meltdown happens, abnormalities escape. And that sucks. So you gotta like, I think we're okay for now because it's still early game, but you have to like really watch this shit as you go. No, I think the purple attachment thing is the best one to work for him, but I think only if you're a higher level. Which we can take a look at. Yay, he's happy. He accumulated half of the energy needed. Awesome. Okay, so if we go here, well, let's unlock the basic information. So this abnormality is called One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds. It tells you how many max PE boxes he makes. This is his range. So like out of 10 boxes, if we get 8 to 10, then he's happy. If you get lower than that, 4 to 7, he's normal. If you get 3 and less, he's unhappy. So obviously we want him happy. Ooh, and over here, so this opened up too. It's an ego gift. So sometimes when you're working on abnormalities, you'll get the employee that works on them could get their ego gift. It's kind of random when it happens, and there's our like percent chances. Like this one's a probability of 5%. So yeah, and they give you like certain buffs or debuffs, some of them. Oh, so we only have 1, which means I can't do anything more. All right, Doc, get back here. Continue working Insight. Yeah, and as you'll note here, so Fortitude, the more that goes up, the more your HP goes up. Prudence, the white, is SP, which is your like sanity and mental state. And then Temperance is like work success, work speed. Justice is attack speed and move speed. So like leveling those up boosts certain stats and shit. And this is basically the game loop. You send your employees to work with abnormalities, you unlock their information, you level up, and then other stuff happens. So I'm gonna continue this day a little bit with Doc. I forgot that I don't have the fast forward button because you unlock that later. So like it's a little slow right now. We got 10. Let's unlock these. So managerial guidelines. One sin and hundreds of good deeds will restore the employee's mental state when the work result is good. Ruby, who received this benediction, commented that it felt refreshing. After the maximum number of PE boxes was produced with one sin and hundreds of good deeds, it restored the mental health of every employee in the department. So if you do like 10 out of 10 positive boxes, it heals everybody's like sanity, which is really neat. So I'm gonna go attachment. Oh no, see, it's high. Why did Doc fail that then? Because it's high in all the attachments. Huh. Oh, right. So this is also something too. So you can unlock, like I said, gear and weapons. So we can get a max of 5 from this abnormality, but they cost 10 PE boxes. So I'm gonna work up and try and get some of those to at least gear you guys up a bit. But yeah. I'm gonna do this maybe one more time. And then we'll make someone else. Because you could farm like endlessly if you really wanted to. Oh, so that's the meltdown that happens. So like you see how there's like a timer here? It's gonna tick down when Doc gets out of here. If it goes down all the way, if this was an abnormality that could escape or had a negative impact when it melted down, that would happen. And the only way to like stop it from going down to 0 is if you work on it. We're gonna get Doc to stay in the hallway though, because we're gonna get him to go right back in. So after he counts down, the timer's gonna start to go down, but we're gonna get Doc to go in there right away and it'll stop the countdown. I could also just, yeah. So like, it's a bit crazy when you have like a whole facility to manage. But like, so this number 1 up here, that means even if we had like 4 abnormalities, only 1 would have that red box around it and would be counting down. So like, it's not like everything goes off at the same time. That Doc. Here, you go back here. But yeah. Let's unlock some stuff while we're here. I don't need to unlock. I'm just gonna unlock these. Actually, I can unlock all of it. So yeah, so like we should never use instinct work or repression because it's low chances the higher level you get and only common. So like we're not gonna get much out of it. And this is the weapon we can get, which does white damage, which is obviously sanity damage. Tells you how much damage, the speed, the range, but yeah. And escape information, it doesn't escape. So we're good. But there, we unlocked everything. So yay. We're gonna go to the next day. Yay! No deaths. Yeah, Doc. And so you can kind of see, I don't know how big it is on your screens or whatever, because it's kind of really in small writing. So because we worked with Prudence, which is white, the points went up a little bit, and so did Temperance, which is the purple one. So the more you use that work skill, the higher they go up. But they didn't go to level 2 because it would say that it did. So, and you can always repeat the day if you need to. So let's go to the next day. Yes. And of course it gets more challenging and complicated as you go, especially with the abnormalities you pick. Because if you're playing this game for the first time, you don't know what is what. So, and let's see if I can remember by the descriptions. However, the curse continues, eternally never broken. Okay. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins? Knowing it's wrong. Oh, please don't tell me that's the bird. She was so talkative before, yet in the end, loneliness was the only listener. I think I might know who that is. Alright, you guys get to decide though. Which one do you want? 1, 2, or 3? We got 1 talks about curses, 2 talks about sins, I guess, and 3 Loneliness? I don't know. Which one do you guys want? You want this one? Okay. Is anyone else here, by the way, or is there just you, Thane? Is Thane the only one here making decisions? I mean, that's fine. Thane is controlling all of our fates. You lurking? Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Well, Thane, you get to decide then. Face the fear, build the future. That is the motto of our founder, the one whom we refer to as A. Tell me, if you had to choose one, what part of the motto do you prefer? Alright, which part do you like? Face the fear or build the future? Fear? Face the fear. We are the first humans of this world to discover abnormalities. Of course, with the exclusion of myself, as I do not exactly belong to humanity. How should I put it? We are pioneering an entirely new world in a brand new field of study. The discoveries we have made thus far are merely the tip of the iceberg. Abnormalities have been among us since the beginning. However, we have only just found their essence, their strange nature. We confronted them for the first time, and we faced fear itself. They were fundamentally an incarnation of fear. There was a bit of confusion last time, wasn't there? Usually, I am in charge of the security of your office. However, it seems that I failed to pay close attention to the Sapphira meeting room. I heard that a control team employee has resigned from the corporation. Good job. You do know what it means to resign here in the company, don't you? I'll take that as a no. I do sometimes miscalculate what information I should deliver to you and what I shouldn't. Some aspects of our company that I considered natural and obvious may come as quite a shock to you. We have a variety of roles here. It's like a well-structured play. Every actor has a role and they must be faithful to their part without any error, synergizing with each other. Now, imagine that one of the actors decides to leave the stage because they didn't like their role. The actor should have played their predetermined part at the predetermined timing before making their exit stage left. But to leave the stage without fulfilling their part means that the life of the role and its actors are finished. That is what we mean when we say someone resigns. Great job, manager! You did exactly what I asked of you. I knew you could do it. You'll never guess how much I rooted for you back there. As for me, the day went all right. We covered a joint emergency protocol drill for my team. Not a single dropout or injury. Everyone did a good job. Not to say that it was perfect, though. By the way, manager, have you seen something creepier than the abnormalities? Those entities that wander the facility unable to be contained, and sometimes they manifest themselves in the corridors. The drills do no good when you encounter them, since we don't have enough data on them, so we always have to stay alert. No matter how meticulous our plan is, we can't control the unknown. Sometimes when I encounter them, I get a strange feeling. It's not like fear or anything, some other sensation. Strange, isn't it? I feel nauseous, like something within me is palpitating out of control, and it feels like I'm no longer myself. How could I describe it? Like something's wriggling inside of me. Little by little. Your job isn't just to keep the abnormalities in control. You need to make sure that they're happy so they'll produce as many PE boxes as they can. Please work hard on this. Everything else should be secondary to that objective. Complete 4 work processes with a good result. All right, it's the only one we can do, so let's continue. Yes, control team. Oh, yes, right. This is how we get these things. Okay. So we got game speed acceleration. So that means we can speed up the game like by 2. Order agents to work in other departments. Or recall scattered agents. Okay, so like if I have agents just like chilling in hallways, I can use this button and they'll all automatically go to the department they belong to. Which should we do first? Well, eventually we'll get all of them anyways, so like, yeah. I think after each like day or each successful thing we unlock one. And it's not like we miss out on one. Speed? Yeah, sure. Oh, there we go. Yeah, confirm. This is what we want. TT2 protocol. Alrighty. So this one we don't know what it is. Oh, 12. So like there are 5 different classes of abnormalities. So as you can see, this one's green, which is called Zane. So this one, because it's 12 for the basic information, I believe this is the second one, which is blue. And then there's like yellow, purple, and red. There's 5, so that'll be fun. All right, let's hire Thane. Here we go, Thane. Oops. It's your time now. What kind of hairstyle are you thinking for yourself? Let me start at 0. And set all these to 0, because it doesn't really matter what these are. Long? We got that long. We got like that long. Do you want like long and wavy? Okay. No, don't fall. Drop the thing. Okay. Let's see. Do you want like long bangs? Do you want fancy bangs? You can be like super extra with like thing on the side. Some of them don't look good with the back hair. It's kind of funny. like the ponytail. Oh, look, you can be cool like that. Oh, you can be like super emo with long hair. Nice. With this cool swoopy thing. It goes well with the long hair. Alright, tell me what color you want and what your face will, what emotion you want your face to express. As I put these all back down to 0 to make my life easier. Ooh, kind of windy outside. So yeah, hair color and emotion, and I will try and convey it. Black and apathetic. Wait, there we go. You can't even see it. It's so dumb. It'll show better in game. Apathetic, huh? I mean, is that apathetic enough? That looks more annoyed. I think this one was actually the best one. You can't really differentiate? Okay. Alright. I think that's best. Yeah, super neutral. That works. Alright. Let me capture this so I remember. Lovely. Alright. Thane, welcome to the team. The cool thing is, oh no, we don't have ego yet, so. Steve? Oh yeah. We don't have enough. We need at least 2 points, because it takes 1 to hire and then 1 to customize. We will do Steve next, for sure. But okay, yeah, let's just continue. Spoon, yeah, no, we definitely will. We need more points, though. Okay. Oh, so that's what I thought it was. Okay. Shadow. This is who you selected, Thane. This creepy old lady. Let's see if I remember what work gets done. But look, there you are, Thane. Aw, with your luscious locks. It's super cute. Okay. So yeah, we can like fast forward now, which is nice. He's so bright. Okay. We're still gonna work on, oh wait. Should I read them now? Yeah, I'm gonna pause and we're gonna read. Because he bawled. Okay, we're going to read about the abnormality. Which is kind of long, but that's fine. Screw it, we'll get through it. A silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross. It wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, it is rare to record an incident of violence against employees involving this abnormality. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. The assigned employee must kneel before it, standing appears to be acceptable, and present their evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it feeds is unknown. Excerpt from experiment records. Yeah, pretty much, right? Although, yeah, there's other abnormalities that have like religious connotations too. It's really cool. All right. We have cataloged the sins of a person. Can commit into 3 levels. Level 1, a small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. I mean, that's true. You'll see. There's lots of weird shit in this game. Level 2, sins that are more serious and only shared with the closest of friends. Level 3, sins so profound that they cannot be shared with anyone. These will be taken to the grave. Employee redacted had been assigned to confess a level 1 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased by 12%. Employee redacted was assigned to confess a level 2 sin. The energy production via the abnormality increased by 15%. We assigned employee redacted to confess a level 3 sin. 1 minute and 48 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. The light was so bright that it could be seen outside of the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a facility-wide power outage. The phenomenon lasted for 2 hours. Employee redacted lost 6 years of their memory. Further experiments were canceled. Scientific ethics decree that all footage of those who participated in the experiment is to be kept sealed. However, the incident left us no choice but to review the footage of the containment unit. Employee redacted. This happened during redacted at around 4 p.m. Anyways, there was a railway about 2 minutes from my house. Actually, I should do this in a voice. This happened during redacted at around 4 p.m. Anyways, there was a railway about 20 minutes from my house. Some of my good friends and I decided to dress as forest animals. One of us chose to go as a deer. It was a crude costume. It could hardly be called one, to be honest. Just a pair of clumsily made antlers and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Omitted. I don't know how our deer friend wandered into the woods. We didn't even notice he was missing for maybe an hour. We searched for him and finally found him in some bushes. We called out his name, and I'm not sure if it was from relief of finally finding us or what, but he started sprinting towards us. And that's when we heard it. The gunshots. Bang, bang, bang. When I came to my senses, I saw his blood splattered all the way to my feet. After that, not one of us dressed up as animals ever again. That's all. By the way, is this really supposed to work? Observation log number 4, dash 435. Its eye sockets are empty. It is a skull after all, but I doubt it's blind. It certainly has its gaze fixed on me, and I can somehow feel that it's listening to me. Confessing to it does lighten my heart, admittedly. Afterwards, we investigated the incident in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by other kids. Witnesses said they heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run!" right before the gunshot. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of town, and deer hunting was banned in the area. That fucking sucks. Like, damn. Alright. Let's continue. Alright. Now that that's done with, Thane! Go get some insight. You can work with him, you'll be fine. Doc. I don't remember what this abnormality likes. Attachment? Good thing is, like, if we have to, we can just peace out if someone dies. The game is kind of designed that if you lose employees, you can just create more, but, like, I like to hang on to my employees. Let's see how she feels towards attachment. Oof. Come on, Doc, you got this. I mean, yeah, she's so lonely. She's so lonely. Was she doing good? Oh, look, Doc's doing great. Look at that. Yeah, Doc's got this. Let's see. Oh, you did great. Look at you over here. We're gonna send you back in. You got this, Thane. Oh, that's something interesting. I can actually see the employee's stats if I click on it. Ooh, look at Doc. Amazing. Damn. Look at Doc being a baller. So yeah, you can kind of see their HP and stuff here. So you can see it on the actual employee eventually, but yeah. Oh, you must have got back. Oh yeah, you got healed because you did a good job, so he healed your sanity after he hurt you a bit. But yeah, until like the HP and sanity show up on the character, that's a good way to like see it by looking here. Neat. Okay, let's go here first, and let's get some equipment for you guys. So as you can see, the equipment also has like stats, right? Which means, so like, if someone's doing red damage, you can endure it, white damage, endure, and it tells you like more specifically. So like 0.9, 0.8, vulnerable to pale damage, which is, pale damage is like a whole other thing. And pale abnormalities. We'll get to those. But let's get you guys some, we can only get one right now, but we're gonna keep farming it, and we'll get gear, and I'll equip it to you guys. We can only do it in that other screen. We're gonna have you continue their thing, and we're gonna continue, actually, we'll redo that. So, so she has 4 managerial guidelines. We're gonna look at these first, because I don't remember. It's been probably over a year since I've played this game, so I'm gonna look at these first. When an abnormality other than this one was worked with, the counter lowered. Oh. Oh, you're not happy about that. Oh, you're melting down. Here, Doc, go in there. Doc, you need to move faster. Oh, because we... Right. That's why. I have to remember to look at this up here. Okay, this is the Quiplov counter. We don't know what it is yet, because we haven't unlocked it. Okay, Doc, you continue working. Okay, so we have to constantly be working on her. She gets mad. Okay. When the Quiplov counter reached 0, black shapes formed inside the containment unit. We've decided to dub these shapes Solitude based on the condition in which they form. Okay. When the Solitude piled up, it stuck to Daphne when they entered the containment unit. Okay. So whatever that black stuff is, it sticks to your employees when they go work on her, if it's in there. Number 4. Ramirez had to deal with continuous white damage until the Solitude eventually fell off. Until it was gone, they could not move or do any work. Okay, so if you get the Solitude stuck on you, then it does white damage, which is sanity. Okay. So attachment work, yeah, is definitely best for her. Okay, definitely don't do any of that. Alright. Okay. Doing great over here, Thane. Let's get some more gear. Let's continue sending Doc. He was doing good over here. But that was a lot of negative, though. Doc, you need to do better. Thane, go back over here. We'll speed this up a bit. This gets crazy once you unlock more shit. Because there's like 10 or something different departments. And you can have up to like 5. There's like, so each department can have up to like 4 abnormalities and 5 employees. So like, yeah, it gets insane. Nice. Good job. Good job, Doc. She didn't hurt you too much. But yeah, and employees heal when they're in here. That's what this bar is. They get healed. So yeah. Let's get more gear. We'll worry about weapons later. Nothing's really escaping yet, so we don't really have to, like, beat up anything. Okay. Let's unlock the basic information. So, her name is Old Lady. And as I said, her designation is Blue, which is Teth, which is the 2nd level. Oh hey, we got her thing here. Her suit. So she only is able to produce 3 of them, and they cost 20 each to get. Weak to red, which is unfortunate. So if anything does red damage to person wearing this, they take like 1.5 more damage. That's not the best for that, but yeah, that's fine. Ooh, and you can get glasses from her. And what's cool, so any gifts you get, you can actually see them on the employee if they get them, which is neat. Oh, so there's her quick bluff counter 4. So like, watch, if we send Thane into here to work with what was her name again? 1 sin and 100 good deeds, right? So if we send Thane over here, this is gonna go down by 1 because she doesn't like when we work with anyone else. I think when you finish working, it goes down, I believe? Or is it only percent chance? We'll find out. Was she lonely? Yeah, see? So when you finish working, this will go down. We'll continue to send Doc in there. His sanity's pretty high, so... Yeah, let's get some more... We have 3 and we're gonna get another employee, so we'll get some weapons now. Oh, the Quiplov counter went off. Or the meltdown. Quiplov meltdown. Yeah, that's what it's called. So as soon as Doc's done, we're gonna have to send him back in to appease the old lady. He's just lonely. Stay over here, Doc. And whenever you work with her, the counter goes up again. So. Oh, Doc needs to heal. So you know what? Thane, you can handle this. Doc needs to heal. Thane, you got this. Hopefully. Oof. We can watch Thane's sanity. You deserve the glasses. Oh god, Thane, you can't be failing that much, man. Oof. Tisk tisk, Thane. Well, you get an 8% chance. I'm getting it, so... Alright, escape information. So yeah, well, she does have a Quiplov counter, which we know what it does. She doesn't actually escape, so... Ooh, you can get a gun from her, which actually... We might go for the gun. Because, like, very fast and long-ranged is interesting. Let's get these last 2 things. So yeah, common. Yeah, the best thing is attachment for her. I'm gonna work to try and get her guns. I can get 2 of them. They cost 30. I think I might end the day here. Yeah. We're just gonna end the day here. Lovely. Oh, so you see, so Doc, because he was doing a lot of purple attachment work, and because the abnormality he was working on was at the blue level, Teth, the second level of abnormality, he was able to get more points, which got him to level 2 in Temperance. That's awesome. So his work success and work speed went up a bit. So yeah. And yours went up a tiny bit too, which is good, Thane. which means you'll have better success with the abnormalities and less fails. Proceed to the next day. Okay, what are these ones? It's a good day. Are you still shy today? What's really pitiful is people like you dying to the likes of me. I don't remember what that one is. I remember that one. This one I don't remember. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. I remember that one too. Alright. Which one do you want, Thane? You're deciding our fate. Eventually we're gonna get all the abnormalities. I'm gonna play this so many times to get everything all over again. The middle one? What's really pitiful is people like you dying to the likes of me. I don't remember what this one is, that's why I'm scared. Greetings, manager. It marks 3 days now that you have worked here. The number 3 is a mysterious one. In age-old fables, it is common for a mysterious entity to appear and tell the protagonist to utter 3 wishes. He seems nice. Oh god. Sadly, I am not a mage or billionaire that can grant your wishes. However, I do happen to know what your predecessors wished for. There were many aspirations. Common among them was the seeking of some kind of growth. To lead the company to prosperity, to achieve spiritual maturity, you name it, each had wanted to flower in a different way. Which of those 2 would you want? Alright, do we wish for the company to prosper, or do we wish to mature our spirit? Spirit? Alright. Dot dot dot. Come to think of it, there was another manager who gave me such an answer. As you know, spiritual is a rather obsolete term in today's world. So I asked them for a definition of spirit. Then that manager told me, well, I unfortunately do not recall the details of that conversation. Even an AI cannot store every bit of data. Unnecessary information should be deleted for smooth operation. So, you may be asking yourself if your predecessors managed to fulfill their wish. I suppose what happened to the others is not important after all. I do promise to cheer you on for the journey to your final goal, though. You did it again! And you did it flawlessly, too! She killed him? The plot of this game is like crazy. I myself have a lot of work to do. If you look at my notebook, my to-do list is always so full. But I know I can get through it. I should do my best, like I always have. I know I'm slower than the others. I always have to check my list or I'll miss something important. That's why I have this notebook with me all the time. Can't leave any mistakes, you know? I've been carrying it for so long that it's almost worn out. It's been with me ever since I began working here as a Sapphira of the control team. I know Lady Angela worries about me from time to time, but I've got everything under control. I feel like this is the kind of life I've been yearning for ever since a long, long time ago, maybe even before I was capable of thinking. It feels as if I've wished for the same thing before, in some other place that wasn't the control team. Malkuth, please finish the report I requested by the end of the day. Sure thing, boss. I've got it right here on my list. I'll have it turned in by the end of the day. Looks like... Oh, thanks. Well, I should get going now. It's a pleasure talking to you, manager. The AIs here, they're all unstable, with the exception of me. It's especially bad for Malkuth. You've noticed, haven't you? I can't complain though. It only makes it easier for me to control her. As you may know, our facility isn't really the most stable thing. We're only able to keep the abnormalities contained thanks to the Quiplop deterrents, which we briefly adjust down just before the workday begins. But this deterrence becomes unstable as time goes on, and eventually some abnormalities may undergo a meltdown. Complete 8 work processes and containment units under Quiplop. Ooh, interesting. Confirm. Let's go. I'm just gonna pick one, doesn't matter. Confirm. Okay. Oh, you're another 12 with only one guideline? Oh, fuck me. What is this one? It's another Teth blue one here. Okay. Alright. Oh, I can make 2 employees now. First off, I should say, let's equip. So yeah, here we go. There's Zane, Teth, He, Wa, and Aleph. So weakest to strongest. Okay. So weapon, we got 1. Yeah, we'll give it to Doc. Doc can have this thing. And then we'll give him a suit. And Thane, you can have one as well. Look at you, you're twinsies! Oh yeah, your standard riot stick you have does red damage. And then this is white damage. So the cool thing is, so sometimes if you lose all your sanity, your character can go insane. And when that happens, if you have another employee that with a weapon that does white damage, and you get them to attack the employee that's gone insane, it restores their sanity. It makes them no longer insane. Ooh, other departments. Okay. Okay, we have to create more people. All right. This is Steve. All right. Oh wait, oops. I shouldn't have clicked off. Okay. Am I making Steve how Steve actually looks, or are we making Steve look kind of fun? Are we gonna go crazy with Steve's looks? Or are we going normal Steve? You let me know, and we'll decide based on that how we doing it. Steve. My choice? Steve's hair. Okay, well, he doesn't have any hair in the back. Steve's hair is a little bit... Okay. I haven't, like, actually seen him in a while. But he has short hair. Let's pretend Steve has, like, a bit more of a bang because he hasn't cut his hair in a long time. So we'll go with that. His hair is, like, very dark. I don't want to go too dark, though. We'll go, like, a little bit lighter than Thane's all black. And how do we want Steve to look? Steve's a happy guy. We will give him probably a nice smile. I think that's probably the best one, number 4. Number 9 is, like, so similar to that. No, it's like a crazy smile. Yeah, 4 is like the best. 4 is a nice smile for Steve. Can't even see his eyebrows, so it don't matter. His bangs are too long, you can't see his eyebrows. We'll just keep it at 0. Steve, we could have nice innocent eyes. Steve is very sweet. Be funny. I think I might go with the basic eyes. Oh, we'll give him stars in his eyes. Steve, he is full of light and hope and purity. And he is excited for this job. There's Steve. Okay. Let me take a picture so I don't forget. I'm eventually gonna write this all down. So if I have to recreate you guys, I have the information. What? Okay, there you go. I was like, what are you trying to say? He's not as bright as Doc. It's very bright in the facility, okay? And like the light shines sometimes. All right, higher. There is Steve. We're gonna equip Steve with this. You typed with your eyes closed. All right, we can hire someone else. We can hire one more person. We have the points. Who we doing? Who's next in line? Who are we gonna subject to our torments in this game? Yeah. So do you want Spoon or Shadow? Who do you want first? I think there's Spoon though. We get to make the choices for everybody, Thane. we are the gods here over this creation. True. But I mean, what if he wants a funky look? You know? We'll do Shadow because we don't have any girls yet. We're gonna break up this sausage fest and put Shadow in here. Let me set all these to 0. Okay. All right. Since Shadow's font is usually pink, we're gonna go with pink hair. Well, as pink as I can get it, I guess. Bit more purple. No. Colors are hard. Like that's just like strictly purple. I don't know color theory. don't even know how I got Doc's pink color originally. Okay, pink is hard. Was it blue that was a little bit more ahead and green was a little bit back? Sort of. I think that's as close to as pink as we're gonna get. Oh, phone. Let's just email. Alright. That's kind of as close to as pink as we're gonna get. Let's see. How do we want... Oh, you know, there's a really cool hairstyle. Some of these do look more pink, which is interesting. You can do like that. Oh, that's actually a really nice pink. Oops. You can do that for Shadow. Some hairstyles take the color better. We can do that. That's close to like her, the color of her name. And I like this hairstyle. So we're gonna go with that for Shadow. We need a smile on her because she's happy. Aw, that's cute. 10? 10 is cute. She dwells in darkness. I feel like this is a look of someone who knows things. And since Shadow is everywhere, she knows things. Hard to see the eyebrows, we'll just keep them at 0. Right? Shadow's got all the secrets. What are the other mouths? There's 20 mouths. No, that one's the best one. This is gonna be Shadow. She's not grumpy. She's smiling and she has eyes that like she knows shit because she, you know. Alright, higher. There's Shadow. She's part of the team. I don't have any more things to give, so that's fine. Alright. Let's hop into this. Pause. Oh, this thing. This dude. Alright. That's who you chose for us. Lovely. Okay. He likes... Seem very wise. Alright. Let's see. You know, she likes attachment. We need to up the attachment. What's your sanity at? Okay, Thane, because you worked a lot with one sin over there, your sanity is at 27 now, which means you should be able to withstand the old lady. You got this. We will send Doc over here. I feel like this is also attachment. And then we'll send Steve to get some insight. We'll let Shadow, who's a quiet newbie, just chill. Steve is a frivolous newbie. Bright newbie. He's so bright. Thane, I don't remember what yours said. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's attachment. We'll find out. I do remember that this guy escapes. So we have to be prepared to beat him down. Oh, look! Look at Steve getting max on frickin' 1 sin over there. Oh, you're lazy. Yeah, you're right, lazy. Oh, interesting. Oh, what kind of damage is that doing to Doc? Oh, this guy does red damage, which is hurting Doc's HP. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Don't kill Doc, please. Ooh. Okay, we need to send Thane in here. Because Thane has the most HP right now. Why did you get a lot of HP? Oh, it's funny. You have to go like up and around to get down here. Alright. Let's, Oh, I don't even have enough. Damn it, I have to work on him again. Okay. Let's send... We're gonna continue doing attachment. Thane, you have the most HP, so we're gonna send you here. We'll alternate and send Shadow. And then... Doc can go back in here and visit the old lady. Oh, we're gonna have a meltdown. Okay, it's this dude that's melting down. Okay, that's fine. Nothing negative happens if he melts down, so it's okay. Let's see what happens to Thane. He was nervous. Don't be nervous, Thane. You'll be fine. Just don't fuck up and die. Oh, no, Thane, no. You gotta do better than that, dude. You can't. Because each time you get a negative thing, it hurts you. Oh, Thane. If you die, I'm resetting. Shadow, go back over here. Oh, Thane, you didn't die. Thank God. But, did you... Oh my God. Play for a sec. Look! Shadow got the thing from 1 sin. She got this, the ego gift. 5% probability. And she got it. So her success... So she's gained 2 more sanity points. And her work success rate with this abnormality goes up by 10%. Damn, girl. Thane is hurt. Poor Thane. I'm watching this. Okay, he hasn't escaped. Be fine. Oh, Thane, get back here and heal. Oh, poor Thane. Yeah, okay. He was very nice. He fucked you up, man. Okay, managerial guidelines. When the work result was bad, the Quiplov counter lowered. Okay, so we just can't get a bad. Is attachment working? It's common. I have to be careful because you guys are not very strong right now. Okay, She does white damage. Yeah, I'm not gonna send you guys in there with her yet until your sanity goes up. Actually, yours has gone up a little bit because of the item. You know what? Go work with the old lady, Shadow. Steve, you can back over here and raise up your sanity. I'm gonna farm a tiny bit. Pause a second. Thane, I need you to come down here in case this one goes off. Okay, no, she went off. Okay, that's fine. Thane, you're the one with the most HP, so you have to deal with this guy. Yeah, she's getting hurt a little bit, but she should be fine. Alright, Thane, survive, please. He's your bro. And then we're gonna send Doc to go in here after she's done. Look, if he kills you, I'm restarting. I'm not gonna have you die on me this early. Oops. Wait. You have, it said you had 0 HP. What? How do you have 0 HP but you're not dead? Oh, okay, he broke out. Oh, because you got a bad... Damn it, Thane. And with Doc busy? Alright. You guys with your riot sticks have to fuck this guy up. I really don't know how Thane didn't die. Maybe it was a glitch and he had like 1 HP left or something. Oh. How much are they getting hit? Oh. Oh, that's pretty bad. You know, you guys gotta go back in here. Never mind. Run away! Run away. That's fine. Oh, crap. We're gonna wait till it comes in here, and then we can all attack it. let's have everyone just heal. Come attack us in here so we can, like, heal, please. Okay. I need to watch their health. Oh my god. No, not what I wanted. Can I not move? Oh, I can't move that over? I can only do like that. Oh. Oof. Steve! Steve, where are you? Steve! Get the fuck out! Where's Steve? I thought I selected him. Hey, Steve. Oh, you know what I can do, actually? I can send him to go work. Steve, you need to run away, please. This game was so much fun! Oh, Doc. Okay, Doc, go see the old lady here. Oh, I can see their level like that. Okay. Their health. Oh, Jesus, guys. You need to, like... Oops. Run the fuck away, please. And if we were to finish the day, we lose 1 lobotomy point because he's out. I don't even know how much health it has. Jesus. Steve, you need to stay in here, man. Oops. We'll just let him chill in there, that's fine. I like how it's just killing all the other little employees. I have to watch Doc. Doc is almost done. They can't heal unless they're in there. Okay, Steve, go in there real quick. We're gonna watch you. Their sanity level heals, not their HP. Actually, we're gonna get you guys to go here. That might be a bit safer. I don't really want to end the day and lose the 1 lobotomy point, though. You guys, if you can, please go back there. Let's see if they can get by fast enough. Okay, they can, but they're being followed. Doc is a bit higher. We're just gonna, like, kind of keep dodging this guy. Oh shit. You know what? We're ending the day. I ain't taking the risk of losing anybody. Fuck it. Nobody dies. Hey, Thane leveled up. Doc leveled up. Nice, nice. Proceed to the next day, please. Oh, it's so much easier when, like, your guys are better geared. But we're not right now, so... Okay, who are we choosing next? Many of those who underwent an operation inside the machine have found themselves rested and healthy again. Save us now and forevermore. The truth shall set us free. Or... Those betrayed hearts sank into the depths, slowly forgotten in the ever-lengthening corridors of time. Which one do you want? I forgot how stressful this game is when you're just first starting out again. 994, this one. Alright. Do you take pride in what you do here? If not, this recent news will likely change your mind. After your arrival, the rate of energy output has increased by 13%. If you still don't feel the significance of this figure, then let me add that it's a record-breaking percentage. How do you feel? How do we feel about that information? Do we take pride in that, or are we not sure? Music, man. She a liar? Look how happy the music is. You can be proud. Take pride in that. Ever since you began working here, the company has been taking strides in improvement. This means you are performing your role well. This shows that there should only be good news to come. A machine such as myself doesn't flatter easily. It is good to know that you're happy with your work. I remember your face the very first time you came here. You were so withdrawn. Face all gray and grim. And you were all nervous about my presence. Don't worry, it's okay for you to be happy now. Today's a rather special day. Do you see that bottle of champagne on the table? Allow me to pour you a glass. Shall we toast? Ah, today's occasion is not something as monumental as someone's birthday or the company's day of founding. You lost an employee for the first time yesterday. In fact, many more shall follow. I'm telling you this just in case you were unexpectedly shocked by the news. They had known the risks from the beginning. The company grows, fertilized by their sacrifices. It's as simple as that. I am sure they would have felt proud of themselves as they took their final breath. Accepting their deaths with equanimity would be the greatest respect you can pay to them. That is why I popped this bottle of champagne I've kept for so long. 3 cheers for the deceased in memoriam of their noble sacrifices. Are we drinking the champagne, or I don't want to drink right now? What should we do? This music, man. We drinking? I mean, I don't care for champagne, but if we're drinking, I guess. Drink the champagne. Allow me to give you a small bit of advice. To properly drink a glass of champagne, one should gently hold the lower stem of the glass and then take it in lightly, savoring the bubbles. Perfect, just like that. Woo, let's get sloshed. Hey Malkuth. Oh, we didn't hear from you this time. Okay. Oh, we got 5 okay, so we would have had 6 if we would have been able to contain this dude. Which, you don't even have enough boxes to tell who it is. Let's do instinct. Oh, instinct! That's what we need to do. Okay, now we know. Instinct, that's what we have to do. Okay. Because the better the results, then he won't escape. And then we got this thing. Oh, right. So the 4th abnormality you get is a different type of abnormality. It's a thing you can use. And you unlock the stuff by depending on how much time you've used it. So that's interesting. I don't remember what this one is. I'm more of a visual person, so I'll know when I see it. But okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's make someone else. Who is up next? Who are we making next, Thane? Or if there's anyone watching who wants to be in this game. You will die eventually, probably, but I will remake. We're gonna be playing this game many times over. Because you kind of have to play it over and over again to get all the things, so. Spoon! Spoon it is. Spoon. Are we going close to what Spoon looks like? Or are we gonna make him look like a spoon? Huh? Because we can do gray. We can do gray hair. Make him look like a spoon? Okay. Let's see. Is there like one long thing? Like, I guess kind of like a ponytail we want, right? That's like a squiggly spoon. Is there one long ponytail? If not, we'll just have no back hair. Not good enough. No, there isn't. Okay. What hairstyle looks like a spoon, though? That's the question mark. It's pretty round. 13. 13's pretty round. I'm gonna try to look for like the roundest hair I can. I mean, that's kind of funny. 13 or 26. Looks pretty funny. But that's pretty dark. Okay, so the most roundest I can find are 13 or 26. What should we do for spoon? You want 26? 26 it is. Spoon. We can also use points to like up these as well if we wanted to. But I'd rather use them to create. Okay. What emotion should we give to Spoon? Name an emotion. And it shall be Spoon's emotion forever and ever. Schadenfreude? Isn't that like... Isn't that like guilty of something? Isn't that what it is? Taking pleasure in others' pain. Oh, okay. Taking... Oh my god, how the fuck... Damn it, Thane. Taking pleasure in other people's pain. I like how the eyes are like half covered. Does it make him happy? I kind of like that because you can't see his eyes. The eyebrows don't matter. How about that? Number 1 is funny. This one amuses me. That's Spoon now. This is now Spoon. Forever and ever. The picture has been taken. That is Spoon. Higher. Oh, actually, before I continue, I did get a bunch of stuff here. Let's get some more weapons for people. Okay, we got from her too. I want to get her. Oh, she takes 20. She takes 30 for that. Okay. I'll take that. Don't know what kind of damage this thing does. Probably red damage. Because abnormalities are like weak or strong against certain attacks. Oh, those are both white damaging thing. That's fine. Okay, Thane, you get a gun. Enjoy. It says stuff about it. That's cool. Okay. Steve, you can have one of these. You can be twinsies with Doc. Suits. Let's suit everyone up in this because it gives them. So, like, as you can see, the basic suits are like just normal, weak, and vulnerable. So these will help everyone out a little bit more. Everyone is twinsies. This one I'm not really gonna put on them. I don't like when there's you can't help Pale being vulnerable and all that stuff. It's a very special one. But if I can have these three be like endured or normal or something, then I'd rather that than have any of them be like weak or vulnerable. So okay. That's as best as we can do right now. That takes 15. Okay. And that's so cool that Shadow got the drop from him. No one got the glasses. I don't remember what you get from him. Okay. I'm not gonna hire anyone yet. I'll save the points because we have nowhere to put someone even if we were to make them. So we're gonna hold off on that. So complete, oh yeah, we still have to do this. Complete 8 work processes and containment units under Quibloff meltdown. Unlocks the new research. Okay, so we have to do this one during the current workday. Complete 8 work down. So it has to like, we have to get a meltdown 8 times. Okay. Okay. Welcome, Spoon, who is a gloomy newbie. Aww. I love it, it's too cute. Okay. Oh, this thing. This thing is interesting. Okay. I have to send someone in here to like use it. Gee, sorry. My eye's bothering me a little bit. Okay. Now I know how to deal with this guy. He likes red. He also does tend to do a lot of damage, so who has the highest HP right now? Thane. Still you, Thane. You gotta deal with this guy. Let's see. On sanity points. Oh, look at it. Damn. He's at 3 temperance level. Because I keep getting him to work with the old lady. He really likes talking to her. We need to up the sanity of Spoon. Because Spoon is new. So let's do that a little bit. He's very charming. Oh, God. Old lady. You're pretty high on that, 1923. We'll get Steve to go in. Steve should be able to handle her. And we're gonna have Shadow use this a little bit. 10 seconds, then a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna have to accumulate this time and guess what the time is. Okay. We can speed up a little bit. We're gonna have the counter go off. Okay, so this thing is gonna say yes or no. And if I remember correctly, it increases and lowers your stats. Oh. Why did she stop? Is it because I paused it? Oh. So see how it has the pluses? Because I ended on yes, her stats went up a bit. And that using that does not increase the thing. We're gonna keep you here, Shadow. Thane, man, you gotta like not like die. You should be doing really well in here. What's its bad thing? It can't get bad. Oh, we don't know what it is yet. Damn it. Ooh, look at Steve. Fucking hell, Thane. Really? Ugh. We have to try and... You stay here. Oh, look at Thane! Look at Steve getting freaking perfect over here! He's gonna bust out. Oh, Thane, you're already... Yeah, fuck it. Retry the day. I wasn't paying attention to your HP because you just came out of there. Well, let's do this again. Okay, Thane, we're sending you down here. Shadow, come back here. Steve, you're gonna work over here. Spoon, you're gonna go here. Everyone go in the hallways where I want you to work. Doc, you're gonna be here as support in case Thane fucks up again. That should have worked though. It's supposed to be high. Alright, Thane, go there. I don't want to wait. See what happens. I don't know what bad is. Okay, you got good. Alright, you got neutral, normal, whatever. Yeah, attachment. Oof. For Steve. Thane, go heal. Spoon, do that. And Shadow, use that. I'm gonna leave you in there for 10 seconds. Oh wow, ended on a yes. Oops. Ooh, nice. Oh my god, it made her like max. Yeah, I don't think we should send her in again. It might be bad. When an employee uses the machine, they will experience an increase in all their stats. A mysterious worn out machine used for operations. That was 21 seconds. I don't think I should put her back in there right now. Actually, with her HP super high. Yeah, Shadow. That was actually pretty good. We're gonna get Shadow to work with this guy. Oh, that's the same one that went locked down. Shadow should be fine. Steve, you made the old lady angry. Yeah, Shadow should be like just fine. Oops. I can't click on her when she's in there. Nice. Alright, Shadow's gonna take over your job, Thane. So Thane, you're gonna go in here. And you're gonna use this for a little bit more time. Shadow, continue please. Let's pause real quick. New mod? You're doing pretty good here, man. She used a machine to up her stats. She baller. Let's get the basic information. Alright. So as long as we don't get 6 and under, we good. Oh, that's right. He gives a mouthpiece. Okay, let's unlock these things. Yeah, never use that. So yeah. Instinct is the best thing to do until we're a bit higher, but then when we're a bit higher, it's not too bad. That's, well, Kalita's a little busy right now in IRL, so. Not the best thing here. Okay, Thane is going there. Let's actually, you know what? Spoon. Actually, no. Insight. Steve, go chill with the old lady again. Alright. Oops, I had the wrong one highlighted. Actually, Steve needs to heal. He should go in here first. I mean... Thane. I mean, she's nice to me, so I don't have a problem with her. You know, Steve's gonna go chill for a sec. Thane's coming over here. Right. Oh wait, we can't get... What did I say? 6 or lower. Okay, we good. We're just gonna end it right there. Okay, you stay here for a second. Ooh, good job. One Quiplaw counter? Jesus. Oh, ouch, Thane. Damn. Wait, what? Trying to trace the mouse pointer? Wait, what? Wait, what? Why are you guys tracing my mouse? You must be happy. No. Okay. We're gonna have to use... We're not gonna get this all in this run here. That's gonna take some time to get. Oh, we need... Steve, you know, you need to go see the old lady. Go see her. You try to follow with your... You guys are funny. You guys, so silly. Oh no! Steve! Oh, because Spoon... Someone had just finished and like let her... The counter went to lower. Well, this is what happens when her Quiploff goes to 0 and the solitude builds up. That happens. And I cannot control Steve right now. So Steve is slowly losing sanity. Which is not good. Thane, you need to go up there. Doc, you need to go up there. Wait. Yeah. Spoon. Hey, Will. Oh yeah, oxygen not included. You need to keep track of Steve. Steve's gonna go insane, I bet. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, thank God. Steve, you snapped out of it. Go heal. Thane, go here. Doc, go here. Actually, Doc, you can actually go chill. Okay. Okay. In this place, no, you don't get paid enough. Okay. New game with the dude that looks like Mr. Burns. What are you talking about? Oh, Forsaken Murderer, by the way. Ooh, escape information. Yeah, he has a Quiplop counter of 1. Oh, he's weak to black damage, so if we had weapons that deal black damage, it would fuck him up. Oh, look at that weapon. That does red damage. Interesting. Wait, what? What game are you talking about? Okay. Shadow, you're doing great in here. Let's keep you going in there. Thane, you can go back in here for a little bit. We'll see what happens. Okay, we're gonna have Spoon. You're gonna go back in here, get your insight up a little bit more. You're doing great. The old lady's gonna get a little bit angry, but that's fine. Okay. Your stats went up a bit more. Yeah, not enough. But now we're gonna send you back in there real quick. And then send you out. So you don't die. Because we don't want you to die. Like, damn. Oh, well. Okay. But that's what it is. It's black damage. Oh, we made her angry. We need someone with sanity to go fix her, or we just ignore her. We can just ignore her. Okay, I think we're gonna have someone else work here. You know what? Go recover a little bit. Thane, we're gonna stick you up here. We didn't get the time. How much time do we got? 41 seconds. We'll wait. Okay. Spoon going here. Okay. Let's see. That's 25, 25. Oh, I have to read off the abnormalities too. I'll read them off in a minute. Read off the lore. Okay. Let's see. We just had Spoon go in there a bunch. Your stats are kind of all over the place because you went inside the machine. Let's have Steve. Steve, you're gonna go work in there for a little bit. Get your sanity up. And we're gonna, because of what we did to Shadow, here, come back down here. We're gonna have Shadow farm. Oh yeah, we have to do this too. Actually, yeah, no, we're probably gonna be here a while because we have to do this one. Actually, you know what? We're gonna send her in here then. Because she can take the sanity hit. Thane, we're gonna have you come back in here for a little bit. Because if we up your stats, you're gonna go talk to your friend again. We have to get to like 8 meltdowns. We're only at 2. It's gonna take a while. Yeah, you'll be fine. Pause. Oh, you gotta know? That sucks. Oh. Sucks to be you, Thane. Sucks to be you. Yeah, Shadow's doing great. Good job, Shadow. You can continue working in here. And yeah, you can go in here. You'll be fine to work in there. Ooh, 2 meltdowns. Oh, that's right, because it does say 2. You know what? You can go in here. There you go, Doc. You can spend some time in there. The old lady's gonna be a bit angry again. So, Steve. Yeah, Steve, go chill with her. Make her happy. Oh, damn it ended on no again. Thane, go back in there. Oof. The stats are not permanent, but still, it's annoying. And that fixes that one, so that's 4. Oh, so that'll be like 5, 6, 7, 8, so a couple more times. Dead by Daylight. Oh, it only goes up by 1 when you talk to her. Okay. We'll send in Doc. And we'll send in Spoon again. And it's gonna set off the Quip Plop. Oh no, not yet. Alright. Shadow. Okay, those two. Okay. Nice. Insight. We'll send in Thane. The old lady's back at 4. Shadow, go back in here. Yeah, you're just fine. Okay. I don't think her stats being so high will like have a negative effect. The stats will increase greater the longer the machine is used. The machine was designed to pull back the skull and destroy nerve tissue safely and efficiently. How lovely! Okay, so we just gotta get a meltdown one more time and we'll complete this mission. Go heal up a little bit. Shadow. Insight. Doc got the glasses! He got the glasses from the old lady. Nice. You'll have higher work success rate and work speed. Nice. Good job, Doc. Actually, we should go to her first. Steve, you do great. Go back. Okay. Insight. Let's do Spoon again. Shadow, come back down here, please. Okay. Almost finished this mission. Let's go here. Okay. Attachment again. Oops. Ooh, that's fine. You know what? We'll send in Steve again. Steve did pretty good. It's gonna cause a meltdown. Okay, so we'll go Insight with Thane. And here we go, Shadow. Beautiful. And that should give us the quest, or the mission. Beautiful. Complete. Okay. Once everyone is done, I will end this workday. And then we'll go through some dialogue, and then I'll end the stream. Beautiful. Good job, everybody. Hopefully whatever this did doesn't kill anyone. Hopefully. was dead. Damn it. What you mean? You always coming in to the end of my streams? I think we made her stats too high and it killed her. Aww. That's okay. We can recreate Shadow. I have her stats saved. But this is gonna happen a lot as we play this game. But Doc leveled up. Thane. Steve. Spoon is getting there. We'll proceed to the next day. That's fine. Alright. Our founder, A, has said this to me said this to me many a time. Each successful experiment makes you a better person. The greatness of this company was founded on multitudes of trials and hardships. So you too shall become great. Each day in the company is another small experiment towards shaping your life for the better. How has your day been today? Well, of course it was fine. Let's spare the pleasantries, no? Ooh. That sucks, Will. I'm sorry. Oof. That sucks. Damn. Manager, how has your life been? Ugh, how has your life been? An absolutely horrid one? Nothing spectacular, just okay, or it could be better. What do you guys think we should choose? Boy. Need to drink lots of water. Oh, well. Is everyone just lurking? I'm gonna assume so. No response, so I will decide for us then. How has my life been? Nothing spectacular, just okay. Let's be neutral with her. Leading a normal life could be considered an achievement in this day and age. Although, one can always improve the quality of their life. This is a simple metaphor, but the seed of a tree will not grow just anywhere. It requires fertile soil, the right temperature, and fresh water. However, most seeds fall on barren soil. For those malfallen seeds, stretching out their roots and sprouting even small leaves are challenges full of pain. I cannot provide you with water or sunlight. However, I will do my best to tend to the soil. Ooh. Ooh, new people. We need to be honest here, Malkuth. You simply cannot suppress the ordeals with the employees you currently have at your disposal. Trust me, I am the head of the information team. Even if your team were to suppress the ordeals on their own, there's too great a risk of extreme mental damage to your employees. But you saw it. We only need to consider the mortality rate of the agents and the possibility of the abnormalities breaching. Malkuth, Lady Angela said that one crazy employee will kill 10 others. I am the Sapphira of the control team. I may make outrageous mistakes in all other aspects, but this role I know better than anyone else. I know how to handle employees on the verge of insanity. I even wrote down a code of conduct for it. Honestly, it feels like I'm the only one who follows the guide. Am I wrong? Please tell me if you happen to need it. I can always share a copy with you. I'm fine, but that code of yours... I don't need weak employees in my department. Weakness means elimination, the death of your place in my department. They're all cute. I love the artwork. To work for the control team, the department that leads the corporation, signifies that you should be more capable than everyone else. Manager, please say something to them. You've been watching what's happened to those weak-willed employees from the comfort of your office, haven't you? Can any one of you guys say something? Well, thanks so much for visiting me. It made me so happy. We should meet up again sometime, all of us Upper Sephiroth. Oh. I have an announcement to the Sephiroth of the upper layer. Blech. The mental corruption levels of the control team's employees exceeded the maximum threshold, and just what did the other Sephiroth do in the meantime? Sit and watch? The control team has failed to handle the ordeals. Supplement the staff immediately and suppress the ordeals. I will ask for support from the other departments. Ooh, so this is our first ordeal. Those are fun to deal with. As the Quiploft deterrence weakens, the abnormalities will begin to grow agitated. Certain things we call ordeals, which we cannot contain, will go into a rampage, just as they are right now. Could you calm down the employees by suppressing one of the ordeals that show up at dusk? I'll help you with it as soon as I can. Oof, ordeals. These are fun. Alright. Yeah. Now because we completed that quest, we can do the other, the last thing here. Yes, this one. Order agents to work in other departments. Confirmo. But we don't have other departments yet. And no abnormalities to select because that'll happen next time. That'll happen on the next day. Must be past day 20. Yeah, so the ordeals only happen once you pass day 20, but we don't have to do this right away either. I don't think we'd be able to actually successfully do it in that case. Here we go. Let's oh, nice. We got a bunch. Let's get all that we can. Now those are maxed. So now this is just extra stuff, so it doesn't really matter. Let's get the other gun from her, because that's beautiful. Excuse me, it's beautiful. Don't quite have all that. No, trust me, we can't. Not with the gear and shit that we got. Oops. Okay, let's get your weapon first, and then we'll get... Oh, we don't have enough, because that costs 25. Okay. And you, we need to just use a little bit more. Damn it, we put Shadow in there for too long, and it killed her. We have to recreate Shadow. Which I have the information on my phone, so I will do that. I'm so sorry I killed you, Shadow. Okay, let's see. Oh, Loki. That's my kitty's name. Okay, so Shadow is like that. Oh. Can I type it in here? Oh, yes, I can. I didn't know I could do that, actually. That makes life so much easier. So she had number 37 hair. Nothing in the back. Oh, these should be all at 0 because they don't really matter necessarily. And 1804. 1804. Yay, Shadow's back. Yoink. Oh, we lost her gear because she died in it, which is fine because we were able to get it again just as easily. Let's put her back in that. There we go. It's like the best gear we got right now. Solitude being weak to red is not the greatest. Weapons. It's a red weapon, so let's give it to... You guys have those. Steve, we're gonna give you a gun. Spoon, here you go, you can have that. You know what, Shadow? You can have this. Lovely. Everyone is nicely geared up, which is beautiful. And wait a second. Oh yeah, you got the glasses. No. Oh, right. And Shadow, previous Shadow, did have this thing. Unfortunately, she passed. So, through no fault of my own. Yeah, I'm gonna save the points and create someone next time once we unlock the next what's it called? Department. But yeah, I may have to re-gear them next time though, because I don't know if it saves after I do that, but it definitely saves on this screen. So if I have to recollect everything and whatever, I will. I may have to recreate Shadow again. That's fine. Actually, I have an idea. If I begin management and then retry the day, it should save. Because it'll bring me back to that screen. Lovely. I'm smart! Alright. How long are your things? Yours is short. Okay, they're short-ish, so I'm gonna... I'll read them next time. You know, fuck it, I'll read them now. Whatever. An abnormality taking the form of an old and feeble woman. Anytime someone enters its containment unit, it will talk to that person. What it tells differs from time to time. However, it will always commence with, "Dearie, dearie, would you like to hear a story?" This story could be a lullaby, an unspecified poem, a nursery rhyme, a common children's story, or something entirely new. It knows every children's story and will not stop recounting until the listener finally leaves. Excerpt from counseling records. She may be the loneliest of the abnormalities. She's filled with loneliness and tells her tales to fill that void. Well, every story needs a listener. When someone enters her room, she'll try to fill that void. Of course, listening to her is a very dangerous thing. She knows every story on Earth, and even those that cannot possibly exist. Our minds can't cope with such a thing. She could fry our brain in an instant. Interesting little lore tidbits. And this guy, the Forsaken Murderer. An abnormality whose brain is imbued with rage, screams, and malicious cries. There is a wound on his forehead that never seems to heal. He hates everyone and everything. He wears a straitjacket but is as free as any man. No amount of chains and restraints is enough to prevent him from committing violence. He always had to wear a straitjacket. Some say he was a death row inmate from a federal prison. The researchers were always cautious around him. They felt that the straitjacket could contain him. The researchers wanted to study a murderer's brain to prove that innate evil existed. It was difficult to determine who was worse, a man who murdered the innocent with no remorse, or the researchers who wanted to open up his brain to satiate their curiosity. A wide range of medicine and chemicals were injected into him. Some were used for the sake of humanity's future, while others were for new medical techniques. They all had the potential of changing the world. The researchers were getting more and more excited, although they didn't openly express so. It was almost palpable. They said they found a cure, but they never said what was cured. The prisoner spoke less and less. His aggressiveness was suppressed, but at the same time, he lost himself. After an extensive review, he was permitted to have the straitjacket removed. It feels like my head is turning into metal. I sometimes hear metallic creaks in my head. As the days passed, he began inflicting self-harm. He would continuously hit his head on the wall or hard surfaces. He insisted on checking if his head was really turning into metal. One day, they eventually decided to leave him with the hope that he would stop once he was wounded. However, even with blood pouring down his face, he wouldn't stop until his wound was so deep the whites of his skull were peeking through. He had to wear the straitjacket again, but he was no longer feared or monitored like before. A researcher died. It would have been difficult to identify him without his ID card, as his head was violently crushed. Lax security meant that the door was often left unlocked or unattended. The prisoner that everyone believed to be confined was moving around on his knees. My head turning into metal, folds in my brain, being flattened. He kept repeating strange words, and the final procedure was quickly put in place. Treatment was halted, and he was dissected so his brain could be used for research. How do I know? I sedated him myself. He kept muttering nonsense until the end. End begins. End begins. End. Poor dude. He's like crying. Poor abnormality. And now you're stuck in this facility. There we go. All the lore is red. There's nothing for this thing. The most lore you get is like what's in the logs here. But we have to like unlock that more, which is very dangerous to use. It killed Shadow. But yeah. That's it. He's Diablo. But yeah, that's it for Lobotomy Corporation for today. I love this game so much. I put over 200 hours into this game, collecting all the abnormalities, all of their gear, maxing it out. Like, I did so much in this game. I haven't beat it. It gets very hard. And there was memory leak issues with the game, which I've installed a mod, like an optimization mod, so hopefully that won't happen now. And yeah, I should be good, which means maybe I can finally beat it, but it's gonna take lots of tries. The thing is with this game is like, at certain points, it gets a bit too hard, so you have to like restart, but when you restart, you can keep all of your abnormality information and all the gear and stuff like that. So it does become easier the more times you go through it, so. This is just kind of the game I like, Will. I love the management part of it. I just find it super interesting. Like, I love all the different abnormalities, their lore. It's just so interesting to me. I love this stuff. But yeah, I'm calling it here. It's been like 3 hours now. I went way over my time because I just love this game. But I'm like super hot. I'm dying in my room right now. So yeah. Oh, Factorio? That's an interesting game. I've seen people play it like years ago. But yeah. Any hoodly doodly. I'm calling the stream here. Thank you guys for watching, keeping me company. I hope you enjoyed this game. We'll be continuing it next week. It is now in the Wednesday slot, so we definitely playing a lot more of this. So yeah. Oh boy, it's gonna get a lot more crazy as we go, you have no idea. But yes, my next stream will be tomorrow at, I believe, 9 p.m. EST, so earlier than I normally do, because I think we're still doing a bit more of Doki Doki Literature Club. Myself, Doc Get Good, and Storm Kiko, we're doing all the side stories because we finished the main game, so I believe that's still happening. So I will see you at that time. What did it replace? It replaced Dead Space. So, Dead Space was the game that everyone voted for as the scary game and stuff like that. But then, like, no one was showing up to the streams. So I was like, you know what? I did this thing for the community, no one's here, so screw it, I'm just gonna play something else. So yeah. Nope. If you want to know the schedule, you can go to the About section where all the panels are. I have the schedule there, or on the actual schedule part of my channel. And you can see all the games I'm playing. You can also see them in Discord. Although I have to remove Pokemon Uranium because I'm not doing that one anymore. But yeah. My schedule is on my channel. Here, you can see it. It's in the panels. It's like the first one. It lists all the games I play and when, so yeah. I haven't done Stardew Valley in a little while. But yes. Any hoodly doodly. I'm leaving now. I'm done. So yeah. Return to main menu. So yeah. Have a good day or a good night, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you next stream. Whenever that may be. Oh wait, I can't move my mouse out of this, so I actually have to exit first. There we go. Yeah. I'll see you next stream, whenever you can make it. Bye-bye.